Hello out there, and welcome to Filmfaker's Commentaries with your friends at Superliminal Films. I am friend Max.
I am friend J-Rod.
I am Paul. Neutral party.
That's fair. It's the fairest you're getting. All of us are white, so none of us can be your friends. And I say that because we're watching the 2017 winner for Best Original Screenplay, Jordan Peele's fantastic Get Out. This movie is phenomenal, and if you have not seen this movie, do not finish watching this, even though I want your view badly. Just subscribe and turn on the notifications so you can find out when the next movie comes out. And in the meantime, go watch Get Out, and then come back and watch this with us so we can educate you on why this movie is so wonderful.
Or just put it on mute, open another tab, and come back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, that way you can watch it, but not watch it.
We get a view, but
we don't want to spoil things for it.
Squirrel. We can't talk. But
We're
it's
professionals.
So this movie is so good. I cannot recommend it highly enough. If you're into horror, it's phenomenal. If you're not into horror, it's phenomenal. If you are a black person, it is a game changer. And if you are a white person, it is also a game changer. If you don't like this movie because you are white,
So you're going to say, hey, if you're a person, you're going to like this film.
Yeah.
Instead of all the other qualifiers.
exactly. But if you're white and you don't like this movie because of what you think it does to white people, just watch it because you are wrong.
Yeah, you're an idiot because that's not what it's about at all.
No. So let's get this party started so we can talk about this movie. All right. So we have our main protagonist. Again, we're professionals. Walking in from going outside to smoke a cigarette when his girlfriend's mother calls him in to the room. And if you don't know, because you haven't watched it and you haven't stopped it, even though I made it pretty clear to do so.
You're a maniac, you're a monster, so we're not going to explain to you.
Yeah. But yeah, this scene is pretty much, if this scene did not work, the whole movie would not work. Everything, it's the load-bearing scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, the tension that they build in this scene is so key to making the rest of everything else work.
Yep.
It's also part of the first little teaser trailer they put out, and I was like, well, it's going to be a great movie.
Yeah. And the Sunken Place,
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't work, you don't care about the rest of this movie. This is the scary. It's not a man in a mask. It's not a monster. It's not, anything other than someone trying to just steal your body, which is alarming. It's I'm just going to steal you. You are not going to be you anymore. You can kind of see what you're doing from a distance, but you'll never be able to interact as you ever again.
Foolish. Don't push them down. You got to get them out of the body.
Oh, man, it's crazy. Well, you don't want to give away all your secrets, Paul, on how to go from vessel to vessel.
Well, good luck trying.
I mean, even you're not good at it. Look at the vessel you chose right now.
Well, it deteriorates faster.
So, yeah, the tension in this movie, the way Peele cuts it, the way it's edited, both of the performances are unreal. They're just, and it builds up, and you get to watch it happen. You get to watch him start to cry. You get the slow push in. You get the intercutting. It's just, and then as she jockeys for position and she's hypnotizing him, as she kind of gains position over him, you're drawn into her like he's drawn into her and the teacup. And you can see he's from a distance watching because he's slowly kind of being drawn in, right? The more we get cut on Catherine Keener, the closer we get to her. And then slowly, as she kind of catches him in the hypnosis, the angle starts to change on him. And it's just really clever filmmaking here, across the board. And we get to watch him now start to break down emotionally. And he does it right, he's an actor, right? So he's supposed to do, but damn, he does a good job here in this scene. He's trying to hide it, he's trying to be the tough guy, but his mind is being, messed with pretty heavily, so he can't fight. And now we slowly here's the push in on him as he's losing control now. It's super clever.
Yep, reliving a scene he does not want to go back to. Always terrifying for anybody if they're just I have to avoid thinking about that for the rest of my life.
Right. Yeah, you gotta lock some of those things away, but just have somebody forcefully unlock them. And not even unlock them, but you have to relive it in a sensory way. You can hear the rain and it comes into the sound.
Yeah,
you can hear the TV.
It's more than talking about it. It's being there again.
Yeah, he's forced to relive every aspect of it, which is like, what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you? Now imagine having to relive that again. And then after you do that, I'm going to just like kind of lock you out of your own body. What? Like, that's like, I don't know how he thought of that concept, but it's really, really smart. I mean, look at the angle we're on for him now compared to where we were a few seconds ago. Again, in on the T now, in on him. He's at like, it's not a Dutch angle, but he's Dutch to where the camera is. Like you notice
his head's like trying to escape, but that's the only thing he can move.
Right, and he's on like this slant where she's right on the third, perfectly framed.
Well, they're both kind of leaning in the same or opposite direction.
Yeah, and he's looking at him cutting across the lines. And, you know, it's, again, if you cut the camera into like a tic-tac-toe board, is what I'm talking about. If you're not familiar with that kind of thing, look up the rule of thirds if you're interested in that. But, yeah, oof. And then we get this. Where this, could you imagine, this is the way you have to sell it on, is he imagines himself floating through space away from what his body is seeing. Somehow you have to visually interpret this.
Yeah, you go into, like, just a nothing void.
Yeah, void, yeah. It's really impressive and a really hard concept to sell, and I think that this is magnificent. And he just does an amazing job here of making you feel like everything's stripped away and you're just falling.
Yeah, and then just the way they muffle the sound. Because you can't hear anything from his point of view.
It's just spectacular. I mean, there's nothing that's not fantastic about this particular scene. I mean, there's a reason this movie won an Oscar, and it's not by accident. I mean, trying to sell this concept, and if you get a chance, the screenplay is available for you to read. It's awesome. And then this shot, which was like him with his mouth open like that, was in all the promos for this movie. It's just, he's a nothing. He's now a husk. He's like a full-in husk mode.
Something's in that void. What is it? Catch one of those things. Something lives there.
You'll have plenty of time to do that if you get stuck. It's crazy. It's just so scary. And just watching her, and she's just like, yeah, and, you know,
yep,
later.
I control you. Goodbye. Goodbye forever.
Can't say enough good stuff about Get Out. Again, if you watch this with us, thank you so much. If you haven't seen the movie, what are you doing? Just go see it. If we haven't convinced you that this movie is fun, I mean, it's not just like this scene is really good because it's important to the movie. Every scene in this movie is super well addressed.
Yes.
Like Jordan Peele knocked it out of the park.
Happy for him.
Yeah. Oh man, I was so thrilled. I actually watched the Oscars for the first time in years. And I was like, he better win one of the big awards, and he did. So if you want to follow us and hear us ramble on about movies we love, we do that. It's Superliminal Films on the YouTube. If you just want us in your ears, maybe in your car while you're commuting, we have plenty of podcasts. We have the To Infinity War, which is what Dan and Jared are doing, where they go back and they rewatch Marvel movies and talk about them up into Infinity War. And Dan and I do the Did You See podcast, which are all available at superliminalfilms.com. If you want to interact with us, we're on all the social medias you can think of. And if you have any questions or anything, just you want to see us do a scene from a movie, we do that. We've done them before. We'll do fan requests all the time. We love doing the fan requests because we love you. Right, Paul?
All right.
All right, till next time, get out.
Get out of here. I'm in here.